to the ground. You're dragging me. It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain. It sets me free. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the bird below you said myself. That this is the last time. It's wrong, I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I had myself for you. On the ground, I know the truth. I know the truth. I'm shaking now, 'cause you say those things, then shut me out. Got no clue what you have found. I'm a rose in thorns, but you cut me down. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the bird below you said myself. That this is the last time. I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I had myself for you. I know the truth. Oh no. I know the truth. I had myself for you. Let it down. Let it down. Let it down. Sometimes. Let it down. Let it down. Let it down. Sometimes. These feelings inside, butterflies fly with me tonight. These feelings inside, butterflies fly with me tonight.
Hello everybody and welcome. Thank you for joining me again. And we've got Asmir in straight away, who it's her mum's birthday on Wednesday. So happy birthday to your mum. We're working in the bakery today. We've got rid of the baby now. Sent it back to its own planet. Hopefully we won't be crashing every 5 minutes. I'm going to change the garden about a little bit as well, I think, because I've made that central part of my house where I've got all my normal garden as a hello as an outdoor bit. So hopefully I should be able to put these here now. I'll have to get rid of that though, won't I? Should I put these in boxes? I suppose I should, shouldn't I? Let's get another planter down. I'm going to need 2, I think. Oh yeah, it lets me put them in planters. So we'll have another planter there. That's going to need a planter of its own, isn't it? They last longer in planters, so it's worth doing. I think they need less care as well. Me fall plants coming up now. So these ones here won't actually come up until the next season they're due. Get rid of one of them. We don't need that many. And what are these? Ah, right. I suppose we could shift this flower arranger back a little bit. Get another tub in here. I want to put a couple of extra plants in the garden today as well. Glenn Minks in. Hello, Glenn, and QP. Hello, both of you. I've really missed you guys a lot. It's not my mum's birthday, mate. It's Asmir's, who, if I remember right, from Alaska. Am I correct on that? On Wednesday. Hello, Vanny Rose. Right, so that's 2 more. Now, what season are we in at the moment? I think we're in fall, aren't we? Oh, he's uncomfortable. Hard rain can dampen anyone's spirit. It's supposed to be an outdoor sim, so why doesn't he like that? Yeah, we're just in the fall season, so we'll get a couple more fall plants. Hopefully they won't be the same things I've already got. Open. What's he doing here? Carrying an umbrella. Well, he can do other stuff while he's carrying that. Open the seeds. Okay, he's opened one. Oh, we got pear. Right, so we're going to have a pear tree. I wonder if we'll get a partridge as well. We'll put the tree over here. Trees need their own box. Where did my pear go? Plant that. And we had one more pack of seeds. Oops. That one. Oh yeah, we need to move. Apparently the scarecrow makes things grow better as well. So I'll have to get more of these sprinklers in as well, won't I? Wonder if we can still move around them. We'll whack a load of sprinklers down. That'll save me having to water plants. We'll put the scarecrow there. So that covers to there. So that one there. Ooh. Want a few of them, don't I? Probably going to create some puddles, but what can you do? And I've got my fruit sherbets tonight. Ooh, we're on lime first. Used to be sherbets. What was my other pack of seeds I got? Was it apples? No. Wasn't roses, was it? We should come up with a star when I open them to say which are the new ones. Well, I really don't know. You just give me tomatoes? No. Well, I really don't know what it's just given me. Well, that was a waste of money, wasn't it? I'm going to have to literally go through every single thing I've got here. Well, I've got no idea what I just got. Waste of blooming time that was. Now, what upgrades can these have? Puddle prevention and unbreakable. We'll put the same on all of them. Get him working.
Huh.
Get these plants fertilised. Ooh, that can be evolved. I've noticed they don't flash anymore when you're able to upgrade them. You have to hover over them and see what can be and can't be. Hello, Cat's Eye. No webcam. Is my webcam not showing? What's going on there? The webcam's disappeared, hasn't it? Let me go in and check it. Well, isn't that strange? Wait, there we go. Got it going. But now the chat's gone too big for the camera. Unbelievable. There we go. All sorted. Azmir's back, hello. No, got rid of the cow plants, Glenn. They were too much trouble. They really were.
Ah!
He's still in wet clothes, isn't he? Change out those wet clothes before you do anything else, Charlie. Well, I'm a bit annoyed that I don't know what new plants I got. Is the rose bush coming up now? That was over here, wasn't it? Was that the rose bush? Yeah, so maybe I got more roses. Maybe that was the other pack I opened. I suppose we should get a couple of winter plants in, because that'll be the next season. We'll hurry him through this bit here.
Ah. Oh!
Right, what have we got? What did we get? Yet more that have disappeared into the abyss here. No. I don't seem to have anything new there. We'll try open the other pack. I assume if it doesn't appear at the bottom that summer and spring. Summer. Oh, does it give me death flowers? No, they're all the top quality. They're fall. Fall. So what winter plants? Oh, it's doing this annoying thing where it keeps scooting back up the list again. Winter and spring crocus. Has it given me more crocus? I bet it has.
Fudge, sick of foos. Oh.
Well, it looks like we're getting no more of them then. Get all these upgraded. Hopefully I can get all these upgraded tonight. And then we can have a full day in the bakery tomorrow. We've rebuilt it, we've redesigned it so that the staff work more efficiently now. I suppose none of these trees have gone for evolution yet. Hello, Wizardry. What happened to the baby? Yeah, I had to send her back to her mother, I'm afraid. I mean, I was doing a good job, don't get me wrong. I thought I was, you know, quite a good father, but lot of hassle. Lot of hassle. So, off she went.
Ah.
She's going to come back for alimony and child support. I'll see you soon, Azmir. Where's Charlie? Why is there no lights on in here? Auto lights. This room. Apparently it's not dark enough yet. Yeah, you had the option to send it back to its home planet, so I just did that. Seemed the right thing to do. Hurry him through this. How's his bars going? It's raining again. Do you know, I didn't think this game was set in Manchester, but it seems it is. Hello, Scoops.
Kabili. Webanave. Kabili. Ah, Yigla.
Oh, blimey, we're missing upgrade parts. Order. All these things we can buy now. Purchase a voodoo doll. Right, which ones didn't get upgraded now? That's got the puddle prevention. Now his bars aren't doing quite bad here, are they? We'll shift that over. I think he needs focusing decor in the garden, but we'll leave it there. He could do with it now, couldn't he, where he is? Yeah, no, apparently the child will have forgotten all memories of me. Which is for the best. It's for the best. Now we can keep bees. I suppose I'd have to get rid of the tent here. Should we? Well, he can put that in his inventory actually and keep that for when he goes on holiday. But we can get rid of the rest of this stuff. Oh my god, what's happened to that? That must have got struck by lightning. Somebody said the tent got struck by lightning. It seems it was that actually. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Well, we'll get rid of that. He's always got stuff to eat on him, hasn't he? Don't need them. That he could put in his inventory as well. Do we need a bloody mat on the floor? I don't think we do we? We'll get rid of that as well. And we'll have some bees, I think. Outdoor activities, I suppose it would come under. Bees. Bertie's Bees box. Do we not get it in blue? So we'll colour match it to the other stuff there. Oh, now we can put it next to the barbecue, but that's probably not a good idea, is it? We'll put it here. There we go. And we'll see what we can do with that. Grumpiness levels are calm. Alright, well, we'll change into the beekeeper suit. Sounds the safest thing to do. How are you doing now anyway, Glenn? Things looking up, mate. Oh, cat's at the door. Sorry guys, your second priority to the cat, as you well know. I'll be right back.
Down to the ground, you're dragging me. It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain. It sets me free. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the bird below you, said myself that this is the last. It's wrong, I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I had myself for you. On the ground, I know the truth. I know the truth. I'm shaking now, 'cause you say those things, then shut me out. Got no clue what you have found. I'm a rose in thorns, but you cut me down. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the bird below you, said myself that this is the last time. I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I had
Self tonight. Cherry Coke tonight, guys. Asmi's back again. She comes and goes more than Rally. Hello, UK Gadget Man. Things are good. I'm happy again. Hope to see the on the horizon. Almost back to me again. Oh, and he's starting to live stream again soon as well. That's good. Now let's get him through this stuff as fast as we can here. It's hardly worth him putting that brally up half the time, is it? Right, he's in his beekeeper's suit. Oh, he can only bond with them. How do I come out the beekeeper's suit? Remove beekeeper's suit. Oh, this could go bad, couldn't it? Don't swat at him. Worst thing you can do. Unbelievable. They're still calm. I think we'll have to bond with them again. Well, that one went better, didn't it? Close the lid. Just leaving the lid open. So we'll sort out his food. He's fine for everything else, isn't he? 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll get him in bed ready for the bakery tomorrow. What was he eating there? Oh, he's on his turkey dinner. Lovely. I don't know where he got turkey from, because I don't see them in the game anywhere. Wonder if I've got chickens. Can we keep chickens? I've seen some people doing that in the games. Once we've got rid of the cafe as well, which we'll be doing at some point, I'll buy one of these craft sales tables. Sell stuff from that. No, doesn't seem we've got that. Never mind. Who needs chickens anyway? Don't you worry about it, Casimir. Right, we'll get him in bed. Get him up. What's this alarm clock he's got? Can he set an alarm on it? No, it's pointless, isn't it? Get an alarm clock. Set the alarm. Can't. Cake. Why, who's got cake? All the sprinklers are going, look at that, lovely. So that saves me a job, I don't have to do them. We'll go and bond with the bees. It's best early morning, the more docile in the early morning. Then we'll tend the garden. Now Skookum's waiting for a Yorkshire tea to cool off enough to drink it. You're not a fully fledged tea drinker yet, Skookum. You drink tea while it's red hot. You don't let it cool down. The quicker you can get it drunk, the better it is for you, trust me. Sounds like my Yorkshire tea's on the way. Of course I will, Mum. Always brew your... Oh, if you done me one. Is it Yorkshire?
It's Yorkshire.
Cheers, Mum. Red hot. That's how you drink your tea. Just sip it a bit. It's boiling still. Yeah, so's this. Right, we'll harvest the roses. They're not up yet. We'll harvest everything for now. Make small talk with the scarecrow. The things you have to get done. It serves you right for putting it in a thermal container, doesn't it? I don't understand why all these others are going except this one. Oh, bills are here. Cool temperatures today. Have we got the thermostat on? We'll set that to warmer. And then I think we're finally ready to get to the bakery. Right, we're going to try and turn a profit today, guys. Hello, Erin. Welcome back. Oh, it's still raining. Wasn't raining at home. They have localised weather here, don't they? Right, open the store. Brew a pot of Earl Grey. Oh no, these me dragon fruits. We'll remove them. I thought I'd done this before.
Yenasib, Senjima, Epita. Oh.
Right. Set him to... Right, he's answering customers' questions. We'll let him do that for now while I restock. Where's that woman gone? Oh, there she is. She can clean the store. Set for sale. They sell well, these dragon fruits. One of these isn't set for sale yet. Oh, that one. Right, let's get going.
Oh.
He's going already. He's not got any patience, has he? Oh, he's just going over there.
What's the name?
Kazipa North. Chibadoo.
David,
Zipa North.
Yeah.
Chibadoo. Move. Sawubi.
I think I'm missing a member of staff here, aren't I? Employees' uniforms.
Shane McCorbett.
I'll not give her a uniform.
Ah, so.
Quex Parker.
Snibara.
Schmezeltombra. Labaran Raju.
Tinik Saforim.
Handolzer Pau.
Lampima.
Yebeni Play. Tenthip Abivu.
Lemkovo Wakaru.
Olaba. Grump Tebow.
Pima.
We'll set him to
Organor.
Okavrim. Trainee Papsa.
start ringing up the
Yazu.
customers.
Zaruga. Bimbi.
We'll do the same with her.
Dear Koi.
Zomog.
Dimpish.
Bonji.
Axawa.
Wabu.
Skiba Gloss.
Pima.
Boost.
Muchi Pichi.
Ah, Kangaroo.
Garula. Shirsha Gibaru.
Sabane.
Monil.
Ifa.
Turim.
Yanavi.
Saquinario.
Bifalje Yitka. Jalurva Kitsuni. Zimze Quohaven.
Smurgs. Shumbus. Smurgs.
Olaba. Flurbus.
Camus Zamonacero.
Susu.
Pacyoween. Limya. Basha Urg.
Hello, Swanee.
So.
Oh.
Laba.
Shomba Fallaru. Subash.
Bossamo.
Fayam.
And Floyd.
Varno.
Torby.
No.
Charg. Huh? Zamonacero. Misa Faber. Zamonafi. Tokizo. Yabadana
Quimba. Bluff. Jangana Swebla.
Bane. Chub. Soul. Hey.
Susu.
Guasha.
Waba.
Franj
Batanabi.
Waga. Stuba.
Pad's ready, they're going to start to buy in a minute.
Sheshere.
Mumba
Vinkaka
Tarbo.
Baru.
Dame. Shot.
Blanca Corcool.
Grix.
Anika Sora. Sarpava. Raga.
Bluff. Jangana Swebla.
Zonzo.
Vishariba.
Right, get him rung up, come on.
Tasha Magra. Grinoi Foibi.
Ah.
Malinade.
Camus Wavene.
Shuna.
Finazza.
You can only ask that customer to leave, isn't that strange?
Ah, Chul.
Bunny.
Rezo.
Stressy.
Waxa.
Rasha Hanio.
Fidel.
Franj Waga. Lastubo.
Lupa Apasana.
Leto Blofa.
Nox. Eslanoi Falurb. Karenzi.
Wanna face?
Sacranario.
Tor. Vul. Bazerb.
Levite
Grau
Bane.
Hispa. Yalu.
Bedoiba falling.
Sabane.
Obitas.
Khalifa Vivid. Oh, Sheer Shahabari.
Fazuni
Shabini.
Ichuya.
Woonbik Shaima.
Demise. Torky. Shuksa Fazoo. Huh?
Looks like Bama.
Zagutwe. Yaborba.
Someone else ready to buy there?
Yakala. Shalbo. Bempi. Guas.
Nayafluf.
Tambrazano.
Yarba Uchima.
Nemessa. Humble
Robus Ver.
Yibs, yibs.
Logan.
Ah, Chul.
Wabarani.
Yanavi.
Shabe. Simona Sero.
Bani Nana Fuizak. Huh?
Susa.
Yalik Vabon Chimna Pow. Ah, Sul.
See if I can close the deal with him.
Who's like Jeffino?
Fribs.
Sky Bellows in. Wubba flubba dub dub. It's like Bill and Ben.
May I hope it too?
Ah, Nuxa.
Two.
Gosh.
Fresh. 2BX. Bakanoi Yishla.
Flabons. Shumepto. Yazarza. Huh? And even
Close the deal with him.
Flicks. Yabrano Darza.
Doesn't seem to work very well, that closing the deal, does it?
Wakaru. Wade.
Kimba.
Ambek.
Hey, it's worked with him.
Rajarao.
Zinks.
Iba Dixo. Rip.
Frumbo.
You tore the milk.
Samba
Shuska Upper.
LeBlanc.
Iba Dixo. Mami Noop. Utsapa.
Benja.
Peachy.
Want a fish?
Scalba.
Zerb.
Yibs,
Boy. Warmba. Turn Zerba Nucci.
Try and get him away from the counter a bit.
Lamenuk Usope.
Whisk.
Veric?
Moy.
Ah, chul.
Osmir's back again. Welcome back.
Smurgs. Some BC.
Tune.
Moism. Yes, Venom.
Ziffle Fua.
Yaza. Bimbus.
Dag. Sure, chef.
Free, but nice.
Eleanor.
Oh, that's how we
Osboo. Zero. Shipping
Flow. Silna Roy.
Sock
Orphan. Kabura.
Fancy Jongi. Yibbos.
Oh, he's close to it.
Nebo well.
We can tip him over the edge here.
Fazunia.
Spinay. Hoger Beret. Oh, Yabahorn. Baudama Boondle. Oh,
Simonis
ah,
He's quite close.
Kinnad.
Vazu, Wifton, and Bay.
He'll be buying any second now. Oh, the punk rocker's buying.
Moochie Peachy. Bigsta.
Noya. Wavo and Bo.
Henbei. Yishla Henbei.
Uberao.
Saba.
Shuba Smurg Unga. Looney.
Tubi.
Kelsey.
Zanpa.
Yane.
Dag. Yarsa.
Oh, Cardoodle.
Rankavint. Via Iffa in.
The tour.
He needs some options.
Fazunia.
Fresh. Likla Shippe. Oh, Souffle.
Bish with
He seems to wait until they're dying for the toilet before they go. They literally limp to the toilet.
Ishinoi. Walkaroo. Floima Chimney.
Yips.
Swarpsa.
Who's the blue person? We think it's the child's mother, but
Burrito.
only time will tell with that. Oh, we've converted him to a sale.
Oh, Chocha.
Lombeck. Warno
Jules. Yabak.
Yanabi.
Amiva. Anduma Ganira.
Philibot.
Misa.
Moochie
Ah,
Peachy.
Kangaroo.
Scalba. Miss Herb.
Chicks from Blanc.
Normal Grab.
You threw a shit down.
Yumbala.
Believe it's Georgia.
Zebes.
Snowzagarzo.
George West. Chavez Turca.
Kamo Suavine.
Jangada Swebla.
Bane. Chew.
Where did that other woman go? Oh, she's skiving. Right, well, you can clean the store then, woman. You can. Yep, you're ringing up the customers. You're ringing them up.
Zisamba. Yebony.
Yes.
From Frody Mugami. Why? Henthe
Zans Mushka.
Gafa. Silma Roy. Oopnate. Tivo. Ganir.
Blaspagoy.
Simonis Arrow. Ships. Kaloshos.
Frody
Soup.
Mugami.
Grouse Fredishay. Yoy. Griffaloy Espinal.
Arpanaya. Ubado Brig. Philibot.
Oh, Barbo.
Ah, Kangaroo.
Neppy Ekaboo. Lowate.
Now, she's the lowest ranking one, isn't she? So we'll give her a promotion.
Shimba.
Aroga Abenor. Give it to me. Oh, seek the food. Shataboo. Fez.
Uh-huh. Jorpy Sweb. That's a nod.
Yeah. I suppose he was the mother, wasn't it, when you think about it?
Oh,
The harvest
Wiffle yerbik. Ten.
Benor.
Oh,
Shadowing.
Did it promote her?
Avaween.
Joba.
Bainer Jirababa.
Right, we'll close the store now.
Laimana Jasapa.
Pima.
Kerfanaza.
Oh, we made a nice profit there. 8,500 profit.
Obero?
Oh, look at her. She's cleaning up in there. That's good of her. Oh, bloody hell, but look. Someone's broke me tap. Go and repair it, Charlie. Oh. They're so rough-handed, these customers. Cane sharks your nibs. Beautiful. Is that what that means? A group of monkeys listening to them would be scratching their heads. Right, we'll put sturdy faucets on that and that one. Should break less then. We could add the B-day onto these, couldn't we? We can get rid of that shower now, can't we? Doesn't need that there. It does need something for fun in here, so should we put him a desk out back? We want like, ooh, I like that. I want one of them desks. Something a bit businessy. Like a computer on it. All these locked computers here. What do I need to unlock these? Freelance writer. Detective career. Level 2 of the writer career. Ooh. I'll do him. Nice computer chair. A bottom holster. Fair enough. I suppose I'm... Oh right, he's not got enough parts to upgrade. Oh well, that's alright. We've got a computer here to order upgrade parts on. 20 of them. 10 of them.
So now.
Everything seems to leak in here. What I'll do in the morning is set one of the staff to restock. which is why I don't want these. It's cheaper for me to grow them than restock them.
Podge, sick of foos. Ho ho!
These seem to sell the best, these, don't they? And they're certainly worth a lot of money. Restock these. Again, I could make them cheaper on the machine, but this will take my perk points up, and then I can hopefully buy. I need faster restocking. Once I can buy that, I can let the staff do it then.
Huh? Uh-huh. Huh? Uh-huh. Huh?
Oh, actually, I'll tell you what I do need first. There's one to make Mega Manager. Once you start getting these high points here,
uh-huh.
it makes the whole game easier.
Huh?
Right, let's get him home. He's literally going to go to bed, get up and go to work. Mind you, isn't that what we all do? That's life.
Uh-huh.
Why is he not travelling? Travel. It'll be raining now when he gets home. Oh, I'll have to lock that kitchen door so that only he can get in. Otherwise those bloody staff members will be sat there on the computer, won't they? Right, Charlie, time for a bit of fun. Only a little bit hungry, and should be fine. Oh, told you, none of these come up now. Flickering away like. Just having to hover over them to find out if I can evolve them or not.
You know. Ethan.
Last time his hygiene went down this much, he was pregnant. He's not pregnant again. what we'll do, we'll start getting some of these fruit and veggies in the fridge. So we'll open up the fridge, open up these panels. Oh, getting in bed. That way I'll always have this stuff ready to cook with. Oh, apparently the EU election results are about to be announced. Did I just put sage in there then? Yep, that was my sage. Oh, lemons. I'll have to put some of these in the restaurant as well. Although I suppose he could just cook at home and then take them to the restaurant, couldn't he? Basil, don't mention the war. Oh, this is why I need to get rid of some of the inventory, because it starts doing all this bloody business. Tend the garden. Everything needs fertilising again as well. Can I not put quill fruits in the fridge? Apparently not. Carrots. I'm pretty sure I've put grapes in, haven't I? Oh, are those blackberries? No, they're grapes. Are those blackberries? Yeah, they are. Right, so put the grapes in. Put the apples in. Some tomatoes. think we're done. We'll bond with the bees. Oh, we've got honey. Oh, we'll bond with the bees first.
Glue. Gerges thanks, Beebsies.
Collect a swan. We'll sell the honey.
No.
Well, should have maybe put him in a beekeeper's suit.
Chubaba! Chubaba!
Never mind. Right, harvest everything here now. Hello Vanessa, Lucky Bulger, and anybody I've missed, and hello everyone who's just watching and not chatting. Is he walking funny? Probably. Does Charlie miss the simpler days? He loves it. He absolutely loves it. Hello Andon, just finished watching Most Haunted live. Are they doing a new one, are they? Do you remember when they got caught out? They was doing somewhere literally 2 miles across away from my house. They're only from up the road, Yvette. She lives in Reddish, and Carl. And they was doing this asylum very nearby, and it turned out they were in the wrong place, and yet Derek managed to pick up the spirits of this other place they were supposed to be at. Oh, and he's done a super chat, and thank you. Every night you do that, mate. You don't need to, but I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, Yvette, did you ever see where Derek got caught out by... Oh, God, what was the fat guy's name? Not Nathan. Well, he was the show skeptic anyway, and he made something up where it was an anagram of Derek Lies. And he kind of fed it to him through one of the show hands. And so Derek came out with this name, you know, of the ghost that was supposed to be there. And he pulled him. And Yvette was caught saying in a future live stream, when she thought it had gone off air, she turned round and she said, somebody mentioned Derek, and she went, yeah, the bleeding liar. So she hated him because she set it up originally to do it all genuinely. You know what I mean? She did it to be right and to prove things to herself as well as to other people. And yeah, she wasn't happy with Derek. Well, didn't know that. Love Yvette and Carl. Yeah. No, not Stuart. I can't think of his name. Stuart's not fat. But yeah, they caught him out big time. But even that Carl's been caught doing some shenanigans at times. Right, let's get rid of everything we don't need here now. Does he need photos? We'll keep them for now. We'll get rid of all these crystals. Well, we could do with polishing them, couldn't we? Oh no, not place in the world. Polish. We can get rid of that book now. You've not got a baby anymore. crystals and stones and stuff, hasn't it? Doesn't need it all. Sell that one to the Smithsonian. Right. Oh, right. His level's down for his food. Clean that up. We'll get him tip-top before he gets in the bakery. David? No, it wasn't David. Something like Nathan. Something like that. But it wasn't Nathan. Nathan was a later one. Big guy with dark hair. But they kicked him off the show as well. But yeah, they live 10 minutes away from me.
Hatayabe!
I used to watch those Most Haunted live all the time when it was on Living TV, and it was on the internet as well. And you could watch the live cams at the same time. I'd been monitoring all the live cams and everything. It's what got me into my ghost hunting. I wish he'd learn to clean up his plates. We'll have another quick bond with the bees. Partly sadly skookum, but also it was a hassle. I quite liked me alien baby. Hello, Lucy. Oh, he's getting stung again. He's not bonding too well with these, is he? Get out of there. Never mind. Right, get down the restaurant is safer. Lucy loves The Sims. It's great, isn't it? If only real life you could do half of this stuff, it'd be really good. Where's he going here?
Deploy, Yams.
Prepare the sign.
Me oxa. Grants.
Let the staff and customers arrive. Set one of them on cleaning duties, won't I? Right, cup of tea. Oh, we can have bee tea once we've got that, which we will be doing. Last bit of my tea. I'll have a fruit sherbet now. What should we have? Strawberry.
So,
Room Shavy.
bully Galanvush?
Zimonicero? Snaby? Oh, move.
Yakin. Yakinar.
Binkoba Sheshere. Zaguna Tweebs.
Zopi. Vabol. Sick of flesh. Moochie Peachy. Shaby Balooey. Yibs. Floy Masharno.
Sarpava.
Aw, yoyum.
Seraphi. Payapardu. Isn't the first?
June?
Yanka Bamu. Zampa Grasha. Mobim Broody.
Skibaros.
Geso.
Neppy
He's put his back out.
Oh. Hinara.
Obia?
Ah,
Carzini?
so.
Wafatub Sabose. Chul. Gown. Yassinar Pliffa.
Dag.
Dag.
Oh, Limpima.
So.
Rebel.
Sabine.
Sure, sure.
Tessa.
Chiffa.
Obia? Carzini?
Ooh, divorce.
Oh,
Yanabi.
Tashibi. Kayafloof.
Yikla? Want a fish?
What a fast.
Me and my friend are playing Sims. Oh, just subbed. Thank you very much.
Happy I'm a Paula Chopper. Advisor Tumbra Zema. Zapping
Ah,
Porzadine.
so.
Shimray. Long subside.
Obia? Carzini?
McQuay. McQuay.
We're trying to get the bakery going as well as possible at the moment.
Yanabi.
Muscalba. Misser. Finesse. Simonis Arrow. Torsi. Shook the handle for
Hey,
ya.
aren't you nice?
Team.
Pasha Mizo. Benarp. Yel Scarbish. Cesare. Busharb. Ranjwaga. Lastuba. Yana. Brought the Plats.
Steve. Stevie Photo. Arkham. Espo.
Oh, pity. Kinkuya. Lanai.
Want a fish? Chef to me.
Barbable Supreme.
Ah, so.
Flavors apple.
Dag
Simona Sarro.
Yanabi. Alfonso
Iara. Iara.
Daba.
Dag Dag.
Ah,
Bogaro Musti.
What's the
Obira?
next neutral?
So.
Snurska.
Abahorn.
Zimray.
Loim.
And we'll set her to ringing up customers as well.
Sally. Strad.
Influenor.
Oh, Wakaru.
Huh?
Zilnoi. Schmezel Klimp Flissera. Aze.
Yef to me. Son. Carzini?
We'll try to close the deal, Moon.
Abo. Simona Sarro. Ufa Morani. Griffin Das.
Fuzzy.
Wabish. Dorne Barbamoot and Siva. Pano Barange, huh? Probus Varick?
Ah, and Fabi.
Ah, chul.
Come on, one of you sort him out.
Busharb.
Oh,
Baradawi.
Yanka.
Philadelphia.
Sean Frambeer.
Kokra Quamsy Vinker.
Moy.
Schlock.
Yanabi.
Get away, Safar.
You should all be ready to buy shortly.
Bossimo.
Siva
Noosh.
So.
Noosh. Noosh. Gunay.
Bonnie Nana Fweeza.
Yes,
Sagu.
Kaba Dizzy Shimka.
Oh.
David. Balachurf. Flensha. Namudna Nawale. Saba. Waxa Sturka.
Dumpsa.
Philibok.
Evazar.
Ah, Conqueroo.
Oh, they're all starting to buy now.
Sabine.
Oh, Dolphus Revuda.
Tifa.
Shabini Jabid. Jervis Doom.
Monroe.
Quimba. Arvine Sanko. Dinar Revuda.
Probus Varick. Oh, Dolphus Revuda. Ah, chul. Spinay.
Granja Buddy.
Beret. Oh, Yabahorn. Baudaba Boondle.
Trifle Espinal.
Come in.
Philip Nevada.
Quas. Oberon.
Granja Buddy. Vinker.
Miaxa.
Aha, Schlock. Espinal. Flat.
For me, Sispa.
Chicks Rimblot. Ah, Sibaba.
Yeftime. Abasan.
Njima.
Bala.
No flat.
Could somebody ring this customer up?
Yanabi.
Oh.
Rogaba.
Giraffe Bumat.
Oh, he's being done.
Dorai.
Rapani Baruda. Wifting a bay. Prida.
Huh?
Redship.
Oh, Yabahorn. Bonnie Nana Fweezak. Huh? Yalik Vampo Chimna.
Now, what's that? Marquise has become experienced salesman, rapidly ringing up the customers.
Blanchi Koirab.
Excellent.
Zinks. Program Oberoi.
What's the
Va.
button, eh?
Zonoi.
Yeah, for a treat.
We'll make this the last lot of interactions.
Larbin Thori.
Wakaru. Blade.
Mergs. You're neat.
Your boy.
Abiyane.
Noosh noosh.
Harbine Extor.
Terrible. Upa.
Munchquema.
Tenna.
Famba.
Yeah.
Ogre Beret. Oh, Yabahorn. Daba Boondle. Oh.
Hamos.
Way Yabor.
Rebo. Espinal. Flan.
Yes, uh-huh.
So.
Glano.
Whistle
Maybe.
Barima. So.
Dad.
Eh?
Oh,
Mazark.
Henbei.
Shkawani.
Yishla Henbei. Oh, so.
Shaby.
Saba. Jangada Swebble.
Fricka
Rumble.
Who's smelly?
Hey, Brett.
With a charm.
Oh, complaining about somebody being smelly.
Behavior.
Pim.
Oopla.
Second, it's that woman that just sloped up.
Yabahorn. Gonzoga.
Lampima.
Robusveric. Olaba. Chul.
Hesane Simba.
Quas.
Viva Deso.
Quas.
Uxapa.
Ogush.
Bakoya.
Karama
Brispa.
Rainik.
Ina.
Ishinoi.
Flam.
Wakaru. Floima Chim.
Boji
Hamza Zifka. Dimpish.
Yobiru McQuack.
Franca. Ispa. Press Larkin.
Yes.
Spinay. Ogre Beret. Oh, Yabahorn. About Daba
Get them two to
Boondle.
buy, that'll be it then. We'll close the store.
Open Quas. Ravik.
Blanchi Koirab.
Philibop.
Punky.
Conqueror.
That kid's just walked through the display.
Unbelievable. Yo, yeah.
Please ignore the alien in the room. Think nothing of it. Let's not mention it.
Urazap?
Sunanibna. Befete Pelva.
Not bad.
Kumiabu Sharp's Potion.
Ring up the last customer there.
Sul. Alkanaya. Bawissa Blickery. Revuda. Floim.
Bork.
Unif. Oh, Fukaru. Figlorin.
Still not got enough perk points yet though.
Leray.
Huh?
Now what have we got a bit of here? Bananas. Well, they're only cheap, aren't they? I don't know where it just dumped that one. Down there. He's not enjoying this bakery, is he? Get him home, he can go and say hello to the bees and get stung again. I think he's still upset about that, you know. Mind you would be, wouldn't you? Right, go and bond with the bees. Oh, apply mite treatment. Oh, we'll bond with them first. And then we'll apply that.
Oh. Ooh. Arza!
Over in rage. Probably wasn't the best time then, was it? Any notes to attract customers to buy more like disco lights, stereo play music, or a rotating floor? You used to have one of them in a nightclub here. The only thing with that is the staff start dancing and everything. They're just irritated at the moment. Well, we'll bond with them while they're irritated. Yeah, the staff start dancing and doing stuff, so it's not always the best, that. Can we make some bee sting herbal remedy? Not without a few more ingredients we can't, can we? Right, we'll get everything fertilised before we go. What have we got the most of here? Lemons. We'll use the lemons. Never heard of fertilising plants when they're out of season. That seems a waste of time to me. Only whistles when he's fertilising. Mind you, they say the same about Simon. It's a very unfair criticism, to be fair, but... Get some lemon in. What is that he's growing? Oh right, he's not researched the pear tree yet, so we'll get him doing that. I tell you what, he would not have got as rich as he is if he'd have had seasons from the start. Because none of these plants would have been growing when he needed them to.
Lavulfanica?
Thank God we bought that late in.
Gerboy. Boomle Yawatsa.
Yeah, they don't need much of an excuse to not work. Like I was when I was at work.
Shulbanka. Huh. Shadow.
Raining again. Bloody whistling. Oh, do you know what though, Andon? I complain about people who whistle. You know, when they just walk along and they go. And then when I was cycling to and from work, I was always getting hit by cars and splashed with puddles and things. So I decided to get a camera and film my journey, so that if anything happened, I had the number plates and I could track them down. And I put my glasses on, started the record, walked over to my bike, got on my bike ready to come home. And then I got home and I reviewed the footage. I thought, right, I'll see, you know, how good it's come out, how well you can see number plates and things like that. And the first thing I noticed is, as soon as I'd put the glasses on and started walking out the door at work, I'm walking along doing that annoying whistling. I thought, I'm a whistler. I'm one of them. I do the thing that annoys me in other people. I bet if you record yourself on a normal day, I bet you'll catch yourself doing it. It's worrying. My grandmother used to whistle at barn dances. She was good, like singing. Oh, like professional whistling, yeah. There was a fella in the UK here, and he was always on TV on Saturday nights, you know, the usual Saturday night entertainment. Use the term loosely. And he was a professional whistler. He looked a wrong-un though. He definitely looked a wrong-un to me. There's a famous video of him sat there with a boy on his knee, whistling into his ear. I think it was the start of the BBC's problems, to be honest with you. Just check if any of these need to go up in quality. Something's cheered him up. There he goes. Oh, that one needs evolving. I'm not happy that this season's pack, it takes away a lot of the stuff that was not only useful but essential, really. I shouldn't be having to hover over every plant to see if it needs upgrading. It's ridiculous. Couldn't resist. Right, they're taking the time going up in quality, they are. Should we sort his bladder out? He's not quite hungry yet. We'll get his fun bar up. The bees can't know, they're still irritated. Oh, but we can collect the honey. Well, we'll change into the beekeeper's suit and then we'll collect the honey this time. And we'll have a honey tea and work tomorrow. I'll whistle if I win the lotto. Be right back, need to make more tea. That's an acceptable excuse. One of the very few I will accept for not being present throughout. Wonder what else we can do with the honey. There we go. Oh, now what did we get? Let's have a look at the notebook. Look, it's showing all these as new research, and they're not. The pear. Graft with a lemon to get plantains. Oh, cheers, Mum. Now, we've got plantains already. They're the bananas. Got my Baldy Man cup of Yorkshire tea. Whistling is only annoying when the person just does the same few seconds of whatever they're whistling over and over. And they're not even. And I'm guilty. I wasn't even whistling a tune. It was just literally like here. What tune is that? It's not even the start of a tune, is it? It's just annoying. On Galaxy counters. Right, that's his fun levels up. Let's get him in his bee suit. What's going on? I told him to change into his bee suit first. Unbelievable. Great. Well done, Charlie. Unbelievable. What an idiot. Won't have a sleep if he can manage that. Oh, this man. Very infuriating, isn't he? Good job Skookum's gone to make a tea, otherwise she'd say, yes, well, he's a man. They're still irritated. I don't know what's wrong with them. Right, go and tend the garden, Charlie. Now, before he does that... Oh, there's the honey. Poor quality honey. Yeah. Well... I suppose we'll get rid of that then for now. We don't want poor quality anything, do we? Get rid of the chrysanthemums. We'll get rid of all the flowers that we don't need. He's not doing his flower arranging for a bit. Don't need blackberries. If we just keep a few sage. In fact, if we do it that way, we'll lay sell the rest. We'll keep just a few carrots. Sell the rest of them. I don't think we need the grow fruits, do we? So we'll sell them. Do we need roses? We'll keep 4 of them. Only 5 apples, that's fine. Keep 5 tomatoes. Or tomatoes. Whichever you prefer. We don't need them peaches, they're only normal quality. Don't need bluebells, do we? Are those old crocus? We'll get rid of them. We don't need them for now. Oh, and they've come out at last. Right. Put these back in his inventory. We should maybe try out his new holiday destination, shouldn't we? Hopefully it won't be raining there. This game must know where you're from. It must look up and say, you know, like, oh, he's playing from Manchester. We better make it rain so that he feels at home. Right, go and tend the garden. I whistle a vocal melody while playing guitar because it's hard for me to come up with lyrics. I'm sure it's annoying. Probably just the playing guitar bit's annoying as well, to be fair. Scooksy's back. We've both got our cups of Yorkshire tea, Skookum. Love my electric kettle. Got it about a year ago. Can't imagine not having one now. Yeah, we used to have the gas where you put it on the stove. And it was gas heated. By gas, I obviously mean gas and not petrol. No plants need tending. Okay, well let's harvest the dragon fruits. need the roses. Don't need those flowers. We'll harvest them. And then I think we can sell everything else. Anything over here need... oh, onions. Harvest the onions. Basil, sage, chrysanthemums. Oh, carrots. We'll harvest the carrots. And that's a carrot and a plantain. So what's in there? Harvest. Is that going to put me plantains up? 42. So if I splice plants, harvest starts tomorrow. Harvest Fest. Oh, what have we got for Harvest Fest? Nothing. Oh God, we got a Grim Reaper gnome. Lovely. I imagine we should do quite well on the Harvest Fest, because it'll be something to do with harvesting stuff. A lump of coal. That must be for Christmas. Seems there's no items for Harvest Fest. Quicker than nuking. Oh, now there we go. That's showing that it will evolve now. And that one by the looks of it. No. Right, let's supercell everything then.
Boara Flobel Boara.
The bees are enraged again. What is wrong with these bees? Right, that's the garden sorted. Let's start the bakery. You ever see the guy who made something that boiled water with some homemade sonic device? Now he's dead, of course, before releasing it. If that story's true. You don't know, do you? But yeah, I did... I remember something with that. What's up with him? Grab a drink, Charlie. Oh, look, his sign's broke. Go and repair it. Electronic kit will prevent the neon sign from ever breaking again. Alright, well, we'll do that on them all. Perhaps we won't open up today. Like a small metal sphere. There is ways of... I mean, if you get 2 wires from the outlet and put them into water, they will heat up the water. I wouldn't recommend it. It's quite dangerous if they touch together. You know, you can short out your electric in your house. If you touch that water, you know, if you're too close to it, you can get a shock from it and stuff. So it's not something I would recommend, but there is things like that you can do, isn't there? Takes quite a long upgrade, that, doesn't it? definitely won't be open today. But do you know what? We'll get all the signs sorted out so that they stop breaking, because it really is annoying. Lucy's back. Hello, Lucy. Welcome back. Right, that upgrade's complete. We'll have to upgrade that one as well, won't we?
Oh, revolve.
I don't know why I didn't do that one first. That would have been the logical upgrade, wouldn't it? Never to break again. Oh, he's hungry. It was at the bakery, isn't it? Got to buy a snack from his own bakery. Unbelievable. What's the point in owning it? In fact, we'll have Franks with beans. Whatever that is, I mean, I don't think we have that in Britain. Franks with beans. No idea. One of these days I'm gonna get off my ass and try hooking up wires to a tree and get electricity from it. There's a video. You can just put them in the ground, mate. You have to put the two opposite metals, like a copper and a zinc, but you just put them in the ground and you'll get a charge. That's why you ground electric. Lucy's asking, has anyone tried lucid dreaming? I've not. I was on a radio show and they do stuff about that, where you have the ayahuasca, is it? Which helps with that, on True Frequency Radio, and it is something I've wondered about, but I've never done it myself. Never actually done it now. Oh, have you? Right, well that's his signs upgraded out there. See, what did that surge will help the neon sign break less often. See, it makes sense for it to never break again. Why would you have the other one? It's beyond me. I think one wire is stuck in the tree and the other to the ground. Yeah, I don't see the benefit of that because wood's not conductive. You're best just putting them both into the ground, from what I know anyway. But yeah, try it. Just put a copper wire in the ground and a zinc wire in the ground and you'll see. Send that for sale. And yeah, you'll definitely see a current from it. It's about 5 volts as well, so it's enough to charge a phone. And if you put several in series, you can put the voltage up. You could pull your whole 110 volts as you'll have over there. Bit harder here. You need a bigger garden for 240 volts, but it can be done. I've had like 7 lucid dreaming from back in my childhood to now. I've remembered them all. Wow. And did you not need anything to bring that on, QP? I think the idea is that the leaves collect the electricity like a TV antenna. You watch some dodgy videos, you do, Jack. Simon's back. Well, at least all the neon signs will stop breaking now. I've not got any at the back here, have I? Well, that's the thing. One of those... Oh, no. I'm sure you could put those signs onto there. Where, Sure there's a way. Maybe it's under community. That is that one, isn't it? Yeah. No, it came on its own. I've no power over it. Alright, blimey. You want to watch that? There was a guy that managed to put one of these signs onto his actual counter on there like that. It looked really good. But it's not something we can have. He's more annoying than his whistling, to be fair, isn't it? Now, bear with me 1 second, guys. I need to get something, and we'll be right back.
Down to the ground, you're dragging me. It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain. It sets me free. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the better below. You tell myself that this is the last time. It's wrong, I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I hurt myself for you. On the ground, I know the truth. I know the truth. 'cause you say those things.
That's the wrong camera, isn't it? Well, hello. Oh, and that one. Bloody hell, eh? Press the wrong button. Simon loves that song. I like it. I liked my other one as well, but none of you lot did. Y'all just moaned at me for the other one. The bees are enraged. Why are they always enraged? Oh, look at this. I'm still on the family challenge, aren't I? Let's change that back. Let's change it to... I think we was doing the food one, weren't we? Outdoor enthusiast. We'll save that one for when we go back to the forest. Yeah. We go back to the food challenge. Oh no, can't do that. Master mixologist. We'll get him to do a bit of drink mixing at some point. The song should be a chart hit. I've certainly had a few million views. Jack doesn't like it. You think it would be a good idea to daisy chain a bunch of fans in succession, where the first fan's air would move the blades of the other, which would collect the energy somehow. If you only have to power the first fan, wouldn't it be taking in much more than what you would put out? I'd have thought so, mate. Is this the brown pinky head person? What's that? Oh, right, we're on Harvest Fest. Right, what have we got to do here? Decorate. Bit of colour decor can set the stage. We'll decorate the house exterior by placing and using the attic stack decoration box. Okay. The attic stack decoration box, and we'll put that outside. Wherever. It'll be raining again, can you believe it? I've done that. Oh right, okay. Oh blimey, I'm getting struck by lightning again. This is something you have in the house and then you select the functions from it. I see. The garden in a minute and we'll go and select holiday, sabotage decorations, put up decorations. There we go. Oh, blimey! What just happened? Oh well, we've got lights on the roof. Oh, lovely. There you go. Is that all we got? Oh my God! What's just been struck? My cube. Oh no, it's just dropped it. Claim that. Tend the garden. Unbelievable, isn't it? I'm sure about all this bloody lightning. Did he get there? We'll sell it.
Oh!
This his umbrella just broke again. Unbelievable. Right, we'll collect the dragon fruits again. These are handy. And then we'll sell everything. Thunderstorm. We put lightning rods up. Can't actually do anything anymore, do they? Could have a nice pair. Right, should we will open the bakery today. That? It's the first time we've arrived at the bakery and there's no broken neon signs. That's always a good sign, isn't it? Oh, it's a good sign. Hey. Right, oh, we can't have our BT yet, can we? I'll have to check in on the bees when we get home. Hello, Tommy. What's that? Rose bush? Something's gone wrong there.
Ah, Fremic Paranoi.
What's she assigned herself to do? Restock sold items. There is none. Clean the store.
Shomba follow.
Oh, he's on cleaning.
Subao, Plefaya.
And Floyd.
No. Oh. Oh, Chuncha. Ah, Sul.
Amiva.
Ah, Yanabi.
Ah, nope, sir.
Untale kanapa.
Yabasain. Shivni.
Yanchino.
Fish. Espana. Arabe.
Yazib. Bimbus.
Oh, Lempima.
Fiba Deso. Main trip, Balafoy, huh?
Ah, Kranja Bodhi.
Yatorba Melvoy? Shuska
Yes, to me.
Chicks from
Abasat.
Bluff. Zimbabwe. Philibok. Ah, kangaroo.
Well, here we go. Look, see. He's on the computer.
Shumbas, Smurgs, Unga. Ulak, Zerb, Zombas.
Jaruk. Oh. Oh. Bawara.
Unbelievable.
Ah, nope, sir.
Now he's got to abandon his post.
Yazib. Bimbus.
Cool.
Menzu. Holiday. Ah.
Galmu Schlurfy. Yabin.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Ah.
So.
Cheese crumpets.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Rogaba. Suna. Bueno.
Santor.
Fame. Peachy peachy.
Are they all out the kitchen now? Right, let's lock this door. The enemy needs to be going in there.
Boy, them, yes,
Shalba.
Yoween.
Marlene Yorin.
What's she doing now? She on cleaning. She's cleaning. Bring it up.
Moochie Peachy?
Bring it up. There we go. Right.
Palachava.
Benari.
Whipped in the
Get
bag.
selling.
Too late, Jim. Rashim Prida.
Zimaskagi. Lumi. Instadorpa.
Boba Soapy. For the Zoom. Sneeb.
Grinka Salvo.
Oh,
Bonnie.
Lemon
Shuna Gatsune.
Black. Yep.
Ebony. Blurby.
Win Owen. Kalang Shanae.
Drobus Ferry.
Oh, Sir Papa.
Ah, Chul. Seven
Floyd. Dolphus Revuda. Shalba. Marlene Yorin. Risla Kumbar. Sanzibe to Wabe.
Alaba.
Obea.
Flurbus.
Karzini.
Canathoy Narble. Mashaba.
Franz.
Moochie Peachy. Benjit.
Ruja Sahaba. Maxine Klaboom. Sharp. Bara Dowie. Alfina Dalopa. Rugi Payun.
Dexo. Zoo trip. Balafoy. Kizo. Yabadala Shah.
Shumbas. Smurgs. Unga.
Oh.
Don't Bishi Panoisa Moika.
Chicks from
Baba. Daisy.
Zimbabwe.
Mescanor. Escafanor. Spinner. Joseph Quincy. Saquinarius.
Largus.
Carafa Buma.
Steve Nina. Little Wolf.
Wamba Boy. Saquinaria.
Congrats.
Drobus Ferry.
Espinal.
Black Chul.
Saquinario.
Oh, Zaponar.
Chicks from Bluff.
Sales are coming in.
Zimbabwe.
North. Yes, Philip.
Smurgs. Gown him. Shumbas.
Philibok.
Unga.
Ah, kangaroo. Seven
Yakima Brug. Playun Zaruga. Sal. Turim. Muba. Laxana Skibara.
Nisa Baba. Gambila. Moochie Peachy.
Drobus Ferry.
Ibalo Noya.
Ah, Chul.
Yanabi Vero.
Cricky Shapir.
Tvini.
Oval.
Noi Patori.
Nice, isn't it?
Falabo. Mina Exi. Nukum Kalay. Yum Slava.
In a brick.
Jiffa. Chicks from Bluff.
Yalla Nim.
Timber.
Dag Dag.
Them taking pictures with each other.
Fazoo. Whip. Wixon. Zarspa.
Bimby.
Vabris.
What's a drink station?
New Loy.
Blanchi Koira.
Elvajero.
Oh, Sapava.
Kangaroo.
Yun Zaruga. Ocean Avenue.
Wrenches.
Aliform Frida. Muchi Pichi.
Intelligent Nipsey.
Fool Berserb.
Bane. Chew.
Bobnek.
Flina Valley.
Depta.
Olaba.
Nerbuck.
Dag Dag.
Yabo.
Room.
Vula
Robus Vary.
Shaka Teen.
Ah, Chul.
Gaba, Gaba, Pomeray, Quas, Confuibo,
Obani.
Belarga, Zakuni, Sensen Gorge, Torque, Bishoshi,
Bumba.
Bombzoid, Dimpish,
Simona Sarah. Shippany.
Want a fish?
Femboy Barovi.
Wheezy,
Mansa.
Give me a shit.
Bo Balsopi. Pinaroo.
He's bored.
Loinum Nobi.
Wabarani Bayou. Those are pow.
Nisoda,
Let's have some sadness
Mochi
alleviation.
Conchi,
Baba.
Dag,
Scenario.
Abini Shrozes,
Where did that bloke go?
Sipping a frost. So. Ooh. Russia. Zomas.
Barsha, Stevie Flina, Torque, Bishoshi,
Kinkubu Koiba? Yeah.
Noxie Yance. Kiflarno. Ravinia.
Baby
Skaban. Ah. Vapor. Manchi. Smego. Bonagini.
Simona Sarah. Yaris. Morahay.
Dag,
Bumativo.
Sebo.
Trip, huh?
Abish Bossamo.
Jero Umpra,
Shipping me plug.
Befete Pelka,
Femboy Barovi.
Abish Bossamo.
Brigade Vilpa.
Dusho. Gizo.
Bobby
Sabarbuna.
Sparta.
Johnny Boba.
Torque, Bishoshi, Befete Shamagra, Grinoy Boydi,
Ebas Eric.
Hanrum Yo.
Dupa Brinka.
Sul,
I don't think Charlie's enjoying the bakery, is he? I think we might get rid of it.
Vix Karanga.
Arvini Zonzo,
Moosh
Lonkus.
Abini Shrozes, New Loy,
What's up with Conor?
Bumba.
Lucy.
Ox.
Apology.
Hanrum Yo.
Toys, Skiba,
Almost.
Reba. Naifu. Dag Dag. Drinka Shalba. Obani. Stephanie.
Bobby, Rosini.
Everybody's uncomfortable.
Sigluna Piyun,
Ribix Karanga.
Dag Dag,
Prompt Smazy. Ozani Shiraji.
Stern Zerpa.
Ruja Sapa.
Yikla.
Renia Hisbala.
Zisamba.
Abish Bossamo.
So.
Nobody's cleaning.
Yabo,
You can clean the stove.
Shomba Follow.
Bobby, Rosini.
Close a few deals.
Narfa. Fazoo Wiftanabe.
Ayavuna.
Yanabia
Shalaka.
Flora,
Oh, she's already banned.
Ventrip. Flamon.
Finjit.
Khalifa Thipid, oh, sheer shahabbery,
Philibok.
Venosa
Ah,
Buttonade,
Kangaroo. Throbus Vary.
Gani.
Ah, Chul.
Giraffe Bumak.
Jana. Dornav.
Try disco.
Yanabi.
Bonebears Flemhorn. Espinal.
That's an oil
Smirgs. Shubas Smirgs.
Want a fish?
Navi Scansis.
No
Domiba.
Shaba.
Snabe. Greba. Hamza is
Was. Graphic Oberoi.
Aroga Abenor.
Babwa.
Give it to me.
Janet Zulyaga.
Darkenzina.
Huh?
Kimba.
Finia Payface.
Eva.
Batanabi.
Apparently she can just walk through people.
Soda.
Zombie. Moy bim. Yaspena. Dobra. Bunkar. Moy mi said.
Kangaroo.
Imka floof.
Ula. Bentrip.
Bobia? Tarzini?
Snowbashun.
Kimbara.
Dom Sabuna.
Chixrin Block.
Aga Aga.
Nobla.
Sibafa.
I'll work on these three here.
Caesar Shabro.
Sherrod.
Yabahorn. Shannon Shalabing.
When you get a sale out of these, we'll close the bloody door.
Bish Bossamo.
Zinks.
Even me plum.
Oberoi. Ba. Yo yo.
Dag.
Suaba. Eva Deso.
Sabine.
Blah Darza.
Jiffa. Spinay. Hooger Beret. Oh, Yabahorn. Noodle. Walkaroo.
Largus.
Aha,
Gorge.
Brentius.
Zonzo. Blaharata. Buena. Oh, Kisanoy.
Ishinoy. Walkaroo.
Lisa
Giraffe. Buma.
Wuchi PG.
Troya. Espinal. Flan.
Yishla Henbei.
Edna.
Soul. Saba.
Noosh.
Ulak. Yemful.
Kumba.
Apolachaba.
Shangana Swebla.
Okay. Saponario.
Name.
Mary.
Oh, Ponsa. Limpy.
Chabby Gombe.
Some strange reason he can't close the deal with it.
Yaps. Sibabe.
So.
Bahira.
Well, he's done.
Columba.
He's buying.
Please out.
And Ravuda.
Don't Veppy.
Horn.
Bishi Pinoisa Moipa.
Nicholas. Dwayne. Thinner. Huh?
Nerba.
Well, he made a profit of 1,700 that day.
Sanguinaria.
I've had enough of this bakery, I'm getting rid of it.
What's that? Abenor Yikla? Ah, let him move. And Cleve. Saba. Prita Flimabor? Huh?
Lava. Florbus. Bimpy.
Empty that out. Transfer funds. We'll take the money back first.
Lexine. Shorebid Lenny. Oh, Tom Array. Nibbin Esnoy. Hargrip Chanoof.
Upon confirmation, your retail funds with a lot value will be deposited into your bank. Oh, right, okay. It would have come to me anyway. Never mind. 99 grand. Not bad. Gone. Got rid of that bloody thing. What on earth was that all about? What's going on?
Ah, ha ha ha. On a Boucharb? Huh.
I don't believe this. Oh, right, go here quick. As soon as they come through that gate, you go through.
Mazimze?
No, you can go, look.
Left.
Gate's open.
Unyabi.
On a Boucharb?
Unbelievable.
Lamena. Dubmu.
I don't believe it. He's stuck behind the counter.
Jaruk.
On a Boucharb?
Oh no. Right. Never sell a bakery while you're behind the counter, guys. That's the golden rule. Manage well. Oh, unbelievable. How do we do that, Jack? Right, we need to edit this lot. Great, innit? We'll just get rid of that. Oh no. What's going on? So we click go home now. Will he be able to? Whee! Oh, the other customers are going behind the counter, but I don't care now. It's not my problem.
Bumkaro Musti.
Oh, God. What a nightmare. Puddles everywhere. I assume it's still everything's a rose bush according to this thing. Right. Change to beekeeper suit. I'll do it right this time. Cook a grand meal by clicking on the stove or fridge to start the feast. Whatever. Collects the honey.
Obey.
beekeeper suit. What is going on at all? There's the honey. Poor quality honey again. We'll try a honey tea still. Oh, can you have honey ice cream? No. BT. It's a telephone company here. I'm hoping the honey tea will get him over his bee stings.
Yeah. Lenarge.
Lenarge.
No.
Good for you if you've got a cold honey tea.
No.
Seems to have cheered him up a bit.
No. Yibs.
Put the mic treatment into the bees. Hopefully once I get my social levels up with them, they won't attack me every time. Oh, and it's raining again. We've got more honey. We'll take a few stings for the sake of getting the levels up. Well, in fact, well, no, we won't cook a grand meal. I think we'll have that, and then tomorrow...
Yeah.
There we go. And in tomorrow's stream, I think we'll go on holiday. To our new holiday destination. Which is...
Sminchida. K-Loop is on.
Salvadora. So we'll go there tomorrow. He's got 2 million now. He's sold the bakery. He's doing all right for himself.
Oh, Agaraba.
So, thanks for joining me tonight, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow when we'll go to Salvador. See you later. Oh, it's Bank Holiday Monday as well, so I might be on during the day. See you later, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Down to the ground, you're dragging